Welcome to my video to practice speaking English with me. This series, this video is in the series practice speaking English. I use this series to watch my routine to practice speaking English. My routine. So today, this video, we are going to talk about life in the countryside. Countryside is the place which far from the city and maybe is near that. So I find that the country in Vietnam, we the country is usually far from the city and is not very modern, is historical, and some the country, and I can see it is near their city, or in Vietnam is some country is nearer than the town, nearer the town than the city. When Because when we run, when we go out of the country, we usually will be in the town, not the city, and the city is a long ways and is very complicated, and I don't know. Plenty adults grew up in there, and the country some country is the childhood of a large number of people. mm, People. First of all, first at first, when I was a child, when I was 8 or 9, I always think that the countryside is their hometown. Is uh, adults all adults hometown, but it's wrong. Some adults was born in a city, and in the city, and they are not they will not have their parents are not living in the city, in their country, and but now the birth rate in the city is higher than the birth rate that in the countryside. So because almost most adult or the parents go to the city and born born them at the city, and they usually go to come back to the country to make a new child. Countryside can be the place which is people hometown, or only not, if not the people hometown, the origin of their disease, origin of their ancestor, like my dad's hometown is here is the Hanwha province. But my origin of my ancestor is in the what is Bình Định province in Vietnam. First is all in Vietnam. Is really near, and I think there my origin ancestors there turn into my hometown here. Okay, every province is in Vietnam or some country, but it's called state in the some the republic of country, the republic country like Korea, um, South Korea. I don't know, like the USA, the Philippines. Every province or state might have a lot of country area. Is depends on the size of this country. Like in the USA, there are many country because the USA is very large and big and make yeah is very large wide, so it has many country area like countryside everywhere, and it can be beside the road, or some the country has it has a very what is this country some very small, and the number of country the number of countryside in this country is at the low level, and is not what is that. Okay, like for example, like the Singapore. Okay, Singapore is a country, but it's too small to have a country. It has a city, a very large city, and it's a very rich. Okay, but I don't in my point of view, I don't see any country in this country. Yes. In Vietnam, every Tết holiday, or we can know as a lunar holiday in Vietnam. Lunar holiday in Vietnam is yeah you if you don't know, that holiday is the holiday. um, what is that happens in the end of year, and is like the what is that, the New Year Eve, and it does some like the but I don't know how to explain it, but you just know the holiday is a lunar holiday, be held in the New Year, the first day of New Year, in the lunar what is that, lunar candidate, but lunar date with lunar date. Okay, all people all people all over our country, our Vietnam will gather with each other in the countryside or their hometown. Or most of adults in Vietnam was born in were born in the countryside, so most of people will come back to their hometown. Is can be the is usually the countryside. So, in my opinion, this in my opinion is very what is that good because some children can meet their uh, grandparents and they can give the lucky money. So I will talk about in their next topic. I think the next topic is holiday in Vietnam. Okay. Just okay. Like I talk about the country's life in the countryside. So let's talk about the advantage of the life in the countryside. Is this countryside has many advantage. Okay, is a peaceful place. Is is really a peaceful day, a place. As it surrounded by it is surrounded by the battlefields and yeah it's and some the mountains and it can be the mountainous area and I is is not very big number so I don't talk here about it's really a peaceful day. It's very quiet, but some the house is next to the each other. Yeah, but but it's also very peaceful and yeah I don't know it's scary peaceful and okay is the countries in here can be very it can be very wide and large yeah that we can do something that we want and we don't scare okay okay we wasn't scared scared about will disturbing the others and we just do all the things comfortably. Well, it's good and because it's large and we can play with each other we can play with friends and we do not care about the other because we believe that we will not disturb the other because this place is very wide. Okay. Uh, habitat habitants in there are very friendly. Yeah, we can talk with them comfortably. I one times I'm I meet came across people that I don't know I remember them, but they are very friendly and they ask me some the question about my health or my family, and they are very good and they is child is less than is what is that? He was just 4 years old or 5 years old, but he is very friendly and I really appreciate their friendliness in this place. He plays with me about we play we play badminton. So it's a very fun with mm, one of the funnest moment in my life, because I think there someone is be isolated, but I was wrong. They are very friendly, and I can talk with them I can talk with them on the comfortable ways. Okay. The countryside is actually the origin of many food. Therefore, we can enjoy the original taste of this food. I think it's very good. This origin of many food. There are, for example, some food in Vietnam, we can some food in Vietnam has a origin from the countryside. And when we go to there, we can watch the how to make this food, and we how to make this food, and we can eat them, and we can enjoy the original taste of them, which is very good, because I my because there are a variety of food taste of food in Vietnam, and we can taste the original taste. Is a very lucky, because in the other province is not the same. The taste is the same as the taste that in there. So it's very lucky for you if you enjoy the original taste of those food. Okay, the quality air in there is a high level. We can say that no. Consequently, we can breathe in the fresh and clean air, which is we cannot do. Which we cannot do in the city. In the city is has a polluted air, or many problem about the air, the atmosphere in there. But if you live in the countryside, with you was in the countryside, you will breathe in the fresh and clean air, very clean and fresh air, and we do not worried about the problem of the air, because the air is very good. The criminal rate, the criminal rate in the countryside is the low level, and we can live in a safe environment if we stay there. Safe, as I say, the inhabitants in this place is very friendly, and also the criminal rate in there is very low. We can do anything we want comfortably, and we do not care about the crime, something like that. Is very safe. Okay. So when my mom disturbed me, so the video, okay, the video will be continuing. The we talk about the criminal rate in there is very low, and we can live in a safe environment. The subject or the goods in there is very cheap and more easily to buy it. We can is that possible to uh, buy about the good some good we cannot buy in the some market in the city, but we can buy it in the countryside, and it's possible in the some market in the countryside is that by some the uh, goods in the fresh okay the we will become closer to the nature than is in the city, because has there are more trees and more trees, more flowers, and anything else, and yeah, okay, anything else in the countryside, but is where the environment is very fresh and very natural, and yeah, but the city is surrounded by the buildings and house and the roads, and we cannot live in the natural environment like that in the countryside. Okay, um, we just talk about the advantage of the countryside. We will talk about the disadvantage. In the other hand, we have problem about electricity. Uh, some, Sometimes, okay, at times, there's in the countryside, we lost the some at times we lost the electricity if because it's not enough. The electricity is focused on the city, so the city is very bright, and there's and the countryside is not enough electricity to provide provide it for the inhabitants in there. Okay, one more problem is that education has a lower quality, and less children in there go to school than the those than those in the city. Be okay. In the countryside, there are many. There are okay in the countryside. They build less school than their country. They because the countryside is only a small and not enough developed to build school, build more school than the city. The city is so developed and modern, so they need more school to teach the student, and okay. As a result, the children in the countryside is not is the the student in there do not have the best education, and some children mm, they do not go to school, which is very bad. Okay, the hygiene is not in the is gonna is not good and pretty poor. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good enough. So sometimes I use this both or some the table some the table items that but sometimes I cannot use it because very it's quite dirty and I think it's not yeah I am I am clean and fresh. I keep hygiene very keep hygiene person. Keep hygiene person, so I'm not uh eat in the very dirty bowl. So I have to some problem like the weather. The weather in there sometimes has some there is has dirty is not very fresh and clean because it's on from the hole and I think yeah okay the hospitable for from this ways uh if I talked about the hygiene the hospitals is far from this place. It's very far and I think it's not good because some the emergency situation we need to go to the take that people to the hospital immediately but the uh, hospital the hospitals are very far so yeah sometimes even die someone's even dies so is which is very bad the in center entertainment is also very far and the internet is not good enough the like the what is that the supermarket we must go to a far way to go to arrive at the supermarket but which is very not very good. Yeah, it's not a high level way still. The street is narrow and not very flat in the flat. It has some the hole and we can um fall because because of this hole. And the center entertainment yeah we can it's far and the internet is not enough because of the okay the electricity not the no electricity no internet okay even some we has the electricity but we do not have the internet in there which is very boring for some the teenagers and some the young person okay some young people social media will not be well known at here yeah some old people if we ask them about the social media like Facebook or YouTube they will don't know and yeah social media will constantly we not the not enough internet will we will cannot uh, we we cannot use the social media. Yeah, it's a very, not a very famous um, because of the not enough internet. So in short, live in the countryside has a lot of advantages. Yeah, it's very good for living here, but if for a summer or for 2 weeks, 3 weeks is can be is which is very good because we can uh, breathe in the fresh air and we can enjoy food in there and we can enjoy the peaceful life in there. Okay, but if we live in there for a long time, 2 years, the rest of life, I think is not a good idea for some people. Most um okay, for some people like their citizens is very is not very good for them, and because of this advantages. Okay, this video is long and it's 30 minutes, so we will this video is for today, and if you want to watch more video about this series, uh, I will not say let's put a like or subscribe. I hope this video is some there's people will watch this video and fix the problem in my grammar and vocabulary.